Hello, good people. Welcome to our show. Hello, bad people. Welcome to our show. We love everyone. I don't care. You're bad, good, medium, between. I don't care. I just want to bring value. I just want to lead you in the right direction and show what to do today because many things are growing fast. I'm so excited to discuss a lot more with Emanuel. How are you?
Hey Anatoly, hello to our listeners and the ones who are watching us. I am excellent. How about you?
Oh, doing great. Emanuel, uh, you are here 6 times.
Already?
Yeah, 6 times. You joined the club 6 times speaking on my podcast. It's a big pleasure to get you every time and to learn more about you, to learn more your insights because I care about value. I can't bring people back who can't bring value, who are greedy to share value or don't know what value means. That is why I'm asking you again and again to speak more about SEO, and many things are growing fast. You know that AI search changed completely the game. I don't know what kind of optimization we have today. Some people hate GEO, generative agent optimization. Someone can tell, no, it's a future. Even, when SEMrush was acquired by Adobe for $1.9 billion, I think it shows a good sign that SEO is alive. If some companies are ready to pay almost $2 billion for SEO tools, it means something is there. So it's still growing. It's still we can get results, but we need to adapt. We need to adjust our strategy, what we have, because it's not about ranking in 10 blue links. It's more about to get mentions, references in AI mode, AI overview, and ChatGPT perplexity. It's very important. Emmanuel, before we start, just tell for my new listeners who didn't know about you, because old listeners who listen my podcast know exactly what you can share with us. But for new listeners, tell more about you, about Canada, why you live in Canada, and what kind of SEO you can bring to the customers' tables.
Thank you. Yeah. For those who have seen us, again, this guy. Yeah. But no, it's a pleasure and thank you for your kind words. I try to bring value all the time with all in everything that I do, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm providing a service. My name is Emmanuel. I'm an SEO and digital marketing consultant. I've been doing exclusively this work for around 10 years close to now, since I've been since I moved to Canada. I'm originally from Romania, East Europe. So 10 years I've been living in Toronto, serving the North American market. I've worked with big agencies, with small agencies, with niche agencies, with general agencies, and in-house digital marketing manager as well. And I've took different positions, which gave me the opportunity to see things from different perspective. And what I've been telling the clients, my clients and the people I work with and our listeners for probably 10, 15 years, at the end of the day, we're helping businesses make more money. And people need the services and the products that the businesses we help offer. And they go to find those somewhere. Might be the search engine, might be ChatGPT, a chatbot, might be voice, might be asking around somebody, a friend, or so forth. My job is to make sure that when they're looking for that, the clients and the businesses I work with stay at the top of those queries, regardless of which platform they might be in. Agnostic, right? So it might be Google, it might be ChatGPT, more recently Perplexity, and so forth. That's what I do. And from that perspective, things haven't changed, and I don't think they will. They've been like that for thousands of years, and
Yeah,
probably will be.
I like this approach. I think it's a very effective approach and modern approach, because I remember for many years websites were chasing traffic, volume. I don't care about this metrics anymore. Of course, it's important to have some traffic. Of course, it's important to get the right traffic, not big traffic, and I think when you craft your strategy according to get more sales, that is important, because it doesn't matter what happens today. ChatGPT, Google, they will keep developing. They will change the system that we know. Probably virtual reality will come. So we need to adapt whatever happens, and how to adapt. I think it's the best way to craft the strategy from getting more sales. So businesses can't grow with getting more traffic. Businesses can grow if they get sales, and everything should be crafted from bottom funnel, especially today when people don't need to click links because ChatGPT or AI mod, Google can reply fully to the question. It's not the same with 10 blue links, because when users search on Google, when they see title, description, it's not enough. It's just short piece of content, and people need to click to open to get the full content. But with AI mode, it's a different experience. AI mode just rewrite all this information, provide to the users, and they don't need to click. So they got almost everything what they need. So that is why I think, but if you craft the strategy from bottom funnel, you can get results. Even today, I learned news about ChatGPT. They released new feature. It's a shopping experience. And you know what I like on OpenAI, they charge for subscription. They are going to use paid ads, and they're going to get direct sales, because on this press release what I found, they tell you need to use today shopping experience, because in the future you don't need to leave ChatGPT to buy products. So basically how it works, you can ask, for example, you wanna buy, let's imagine, the best gift for your nephew, 4 years old, who loves soccer, for example. You can ask such thing on ChatGPT. ChatGPT will provide the list and explain which gifts will be better for the kids, and you can choose and buy directly on ChatGPT without leaving the tool. So it's not today. Today you still click and get websites, but in the future I think we need to be listed on ChatGPT. I mean, like, we need to create content that ChatGPT will reference, and if customers will buy directly on ChatGPT, it doesn't matter. You bring sales. So it's our goal to bring sales. What do you think about this feature?
I was laughing because I didn't read the press release yet, but makes sense. I was laughing because that's what Meta tried to do unsuccessfully, I would say. And although I do Meta advertising, I put in a lot of money. We spend and advertisers spend a lot of money, right? It's one of the most valuable companies on the planet. Yet still, it's not that Meta experience, the metaverse that their owners tried to wished for. Maybe in ChatGPT there's going to be a new. Maybe it's going to be different. We don't know. But what we know is that things are changing, and there's more, not less, things that we need to do, that we need to be aware of. I was telling my clients not so long ago, we need to take care of we need to make the search engines understand our content. And I always said this, when I mean by search engine, I mean Google. Who cares about anyone else, right? Well, fast forward 2 years, 3 years, now we start to care about other sources that can potentially bring traffic. Now, to your point, this won't happen today and won't happen tomorrow. Google is still the dominant force in the search space. It's unlikely that I don't think there's any business at the moment that gets at least even a quarter of their traffic from any LLMs whatsoever. But we see an increase overall. Last time I was a guest at your host was not that long ago, I believe in September, so 2-3 months, and things have changed so significantly since, right? We have a new version of ChatGPT 5.1, which I'm not sure if I'm in a love-hate relationship at the moment, right? Whenever I try to ask him to do the things I need him to do from a consultant perspective, but from a user that will probably experience this AI mode on whichever platform, probably most likely we're going there. I wouldn't put all my money on ChatGPT and their overall experience with the shopping, but it's unfair to say yes or no, or I don't have the crystal ball.
I think, of course, the same we have on TikTok, we have on Instagram, when people can buy directly on these platforms without leaving platforms, but it's not convenient 100%. So basically, when you can buy on social media without leaving the platform, because landing pages can provide more experience. If you craft the right landing page, you can learn some trust triggers, probably chats will have some limitations. Of course, some people can buy from chats. 100% they can take some part of the market. It's normal. So at that point, marketers can adapt and to help businesses to get these references on ChatGPT if people can buy directly on ChatGPT. Or second thing, we need to craft landing pages that customers need more, because some people can buy directly on TikTok or ChatGPT. Someone prefer to get landing page to get more insights, to learn more about the business. So it's part of the evolution. I'm okay with both versions. So I think like we still have the room. And I know Mark Zuckerberg tried to remove all marketers between Facebook and business owners who want market products.
He's still trying. Don't worry. He's
Yeah.
still.
Of course, yeah. But if I compare Llama from Facebook with ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, Gemini, Perplexity, I think Llama is the worst from my experience. I can't use this tool. I mean, like I tried many times, but I can't get good results with that. Do you have good experience with Llama?
I have a good experience in a sense that I can create an image on WhatsApp if I send a message, and I can instead of searching for a meme, I can kind of like create my own meme with that. Or if I want a avatar for a group that I'm creating with just the initials, that's pretty well. I think we also need to consider the environment where this is happening. I think our last topic was kind of like jack of all trades. What I mean by that is we need, even as SEOs, to look at the entire universe that's surrounding the experience. What do I mean by that? Since our last call, what happened was also Atlas, which is OpenAI own browser. I have it open here. I'm using it kind of like more and more. I'm trying to use ChatGPT exclusively in Atlas to see what kind of experience I can have from a user's perspective and from a consultant's perspective that uses ChatGPT in his work. It's not a terrible experience so far. Now, what's next? Probably a device, right? Why wouldn't ChatGPT or OpenAI create their own device, create their own Chromebook, their own version of Chromebook, or a phone or a smartphone where it comes with the ChatGPT ecosystem as well? Why not acquire a social media platform? Unlikely. I don't think maybe OpenAI can be forced to, or TikTok can be forced to be bought, maybe North America, but I wouldn't be surprised if we'll see something like that. A major social platforms which have a lot of users, think Reddit again, right? Reddit has a partnership with Google. We've seen, because of spamming, getting less and less of those Reddit results. And even ChatGPT, I saw a survey from 2-3 weeks ago saying that they quote Reddit less. But is it unlikely that at one point soon to see a merger or something like all the Reddit users can access ChatGPT through some of that platform? That automatically expands the potential reach of that platform and the value in itself. It's not unlikely, and it's more possible. I'm just speculating here, but from the signals that I've seen, and also you mentioned the Adobe acquiring SEMrush last week, it also kind of like sends a signal of where things are going, right? So they're not just purchasing the tool, they acquiring the user base as well, because they see some kind of value in that. I think that would be probably a next logical step, in my opinion, to kind of like control more of the environment, more of the where do people perform all these things.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not boring. We always have some news. Things are going fast, and I think when Adobe spend $2 billion for SEMrush, it means this data is valuable. So we still need this data. So AI search didn't kill SEO. And by the way, SEMrush is adapting fast as well. So they provided many new features: AI brand mentions, AI search, AI overview. So SEMrush is good with that to adapt fast. So that is why Adobe is spent almost $2 billion for that.
I believe other tools have been more effective in adapting to the new paradigm. But again, SEMrush is a publicly listed company, so they have a different process. They can't as easily turn on and off a new feature.
Yeah, nice. Emmanuel, let's talk about traditional metrics. So I'm interested about traditional metrics because we still have foundation checklist how to make website audit, how to find errors, and how to choose critical errors, because many websites audits usually provide a lot of data, a lot of insights. And what I can see when people without experience who open this website audit, they don't understand anything. What to do, what to take, which errors critical, which are not. And for example, let's talk about page speed insights. I spoke with a few business owners who told me, I want a green zone, I need 100%. If I get 100%, Google will rank my content. I replied, no, Google will not. Google ranks the best content. And it's great to have green zone, it's great to have 100%, but can you sacrifice the quality of your content? Even I spent some time to learn about wise.com because I was surprised about this company. They didn't lose traffic in AI search, in AI overview, still growing, and they have crazy traffic, over 30 million traffic, and they use programmatic SEO to get all this traffic. And when I analyze page speed insights on their pages, it's like medium, around 50. So it's not green, it's not red, but it's yellow. Why? Because they have a lot of features, they have a lot of images, they have a lot of blogs, and you can't optimize to 100%. I mean, like, but they can provide the best user experience. When users open, they get all this information. So Emmanuel, let's talk about technical optimization. What do you think about today? How it's important?
That ties into a blog / LinkedIn post I'm writing for December, tapping into the idea of not what SEO is and things that we don't need to do right now because the AI has taken over. I think SEO and the foundations are more important than ever. I think even back to the basic knowledge of how the web works, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I believe that any SEO should have knowledge and be able to troubleshoot some technical stuff, not necessarily be a developer, but being able to spot a script or something that's broken or something that's preventing getting something accessed. That's mandatory, in my opinion. To address the page speed, we need to remember, first of all, that Google and now all the others crawl our websites at a cost and at a huge cost. So there's one thing for them to crawl and figure out the content that's smaller than content that's bigger. Now, I'm not saying there's no particular reason why you should have a 12 megabytes image on a page. Maybe if you're a photographer, but probably not even then. So these ones are important to take care of, but we need to remember overall the experience that we want to create, and the quality is at the top. So I wouldn't recommend necessarily at all taking from the quality just because, right? I was telling actually somebody, we need to have a green light back when Google scared us that our website will disappear from search if we don't have all the page speed insights all in the greens, right? Even Google Analytics, right, loads takes time to load. So what? We remove some of the scripts that are important to our campaigns just because of that. So we tend to overall exaggerate. But obviously, to answer your question shorter, we need to, first of all, know the basics, what's important, how the web operates, and align with the best practices. Obviously, aim for the best, but don't compromise on the quality and overall the experience just because you want to have 20% more than your competitor or than someone at the top. When they say the page speed is important, yes, for brands like Walmart, like Amazon, like all those things, when they do at a template level, we might have a regular SEO consultant might do 1,000, 10,000, maybe let's say up to 100,000 products. But think of Amazon, Walmart's, and all these guys have millions, if not God knows how many. So when they usually say these things, they refer to these big players. But obviously, the most common knowledge needs to be there. And if you get your basics right, understanding HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you will have probably a good understanding of any errors you might encounter in your work as a SEO consultant.
Nice. Emmanuel, I wanna ask about. I think it's like a new aspect in email marketing that we can connect to SEO as well, and I can call it AI personalization. Let me explain why. So basically, a few days ago, I got 4 emails from Neil Patel Digital. So Neil Patel didn't write these messages, but his agency wrote to me 4 messages in 1 hour. I think they made some mistakes in scheduling because all these messages were AI written. How I found this? Because it's not called email outreach, but it's not human written outreach. So if I can rank these emails, I can put them like 7 from 10. Because cold email can be like 5, 4. And to get results today with cold email outreach, and I know some great experts who can get real good results, but they send like plus 100,000 emails, millions emails. I got them every single day in my spam inbox. I put all of them there. But anyway, so I mean, like, it's different experience. It's personalized by AI. And I decided to try something similar. So instead of, because to craft great email message, you need to spend time to learn about recipient, at least 5 minutes, at least minimum. But sometimes you need an hour to learn about interests, about hobbies, about many things. With AI, you don't need it. So AI can learn the recipient and personalize this message to combine with cold email outreach. Basically, in the beginning, you can praise some skills in the first paragraph, to say, oh, you are good, I like your product, I like your achievements, anything like that. So basically, you can learn from news, you can learn from social media, and AI can do this job. Then you can smoothly transfer to your product, to sell it, to anything like that. I think it's like new experience. I didn't test this with link building because I think like link building is not my strong side. I pay attention to PR mostly, but I started. By the way, I will share my experience because today I asked my team to send plus 10,000 emails to sell one product in accounting niche, and I paid around $50 for 10,000 emails. So basically, AI learned 10,000 recipients, and I paid $30 for Claude API, Sonnet 4.5. So Sonnet 4.5 learn recipients and personalize 10,000 emails. I will share results in future videos in my content, but for now, I don't know. What do you think about this new thing that we have today?
It's not something new, right? We've doing personalization and automatization since whenever it was available. What we can do right now is go probably 2-3 steps further through that. So we started off simply by personalizing, like having the first name there, because these tools allow us to do. If we have the possibility to craft a direct message, and even sometimes the success of an email campaign matters even when the time is right, the deliverability time is right. So there's many studies say for certain type of industries, deliver it on Tuesday, others on Fridays, Monday morning, Wednesdays, it's a bad day for most industries or stuff like that. I don't remember them by heart. I always Google them. So the more you can personalize these things, the better results you should have. Now, AI, what it does is giving us the possibility to do it at scale. It's unlikely for you and your team to go in and personalize 50,000 email messages. That would be insane. I don't think I've sent that many in my life, right? So I think that's the future. That's kind of like where all the big companies do. I'm coming back to meta advertising as well, which what they do is when you do advertising, you provide a couple of copy for your ads, primary text and descriptions and all those things, and you provide a couple of them. So, and based on their data, their AI algorithm matches based on the data that they have about the users that they show in the ad. They match the best possible combination between your headlines, your description, your call to action, and the image or video that you have provided in the best format for the device that they're watching for. So it's similar to email. That's just an extension, and probably there's a lot of calibration that many companies, including the example that you just showed us, need to do. I personally at the moment wouldn't trust something like that, having an AI mass email and mass personalize an e-blast to my audience, at least to my audience, right? But
Yeah.
okay, what are you showing us there?
I don't know if you can see, but I share on my screen for someone who can listen this podcast. I can put the link in the description below. So basically, you can learn all these messages from Neil Patel Digital. So and basically on these messages, they are asking. They propose some experts who can speak on this podcast. So Neil Patel shared in 4 different messages some experts, by the way, not bad experts, to speak on this podcast. Honestly, I didn't reply to these messages because I'm waiting for follow-ups. I want to know what kind of follow-ups, what kind of distance they have, like a few days, 4 days, 7 days. I just want to know what kind of
Reverse
follow-up they use.
engineer their drip campaign, yeah.
Yeah,
The funnel.
I'm professional. I mean, like, I didn't put to spam inbox. I didn't unfollow. I didn't do anything. I'm waiting for follow-ups because I want to know what kind of follow-ups Neil Patel can provide, with these messages. But I'll share with you the link. You can
Yeah,
check
curious.
out all these messages. But yeah, I think like for me, I estimated 7 to 10. So not bad, really not bad. And for me, it's better to get this message than cold email outreach, because cold email like 5 from 10. I mean, like just fully sell message. But this one, yeah, it's like a little bit personalized, but far from human being. I didn't get this feeling.
I feel like we're looking back at Meta. It's a similar experience that Facebook had, was a Meta back then, before the Cambridge Analytica / 2006 experience, when the Meta chatbots were actually a thing. And we know there's been a couple of great tools that were allowing you to spam, essentially, right? Mass spam, not just necessarily mass email, your followers or on a page, or your friends or circles that you had on Facebook or something like that. I remember clearly it was I forgot the name, was a gentleman that sold a Google Ads tool and then created this chatbot on Meta tool as well. So I think that's something similar to that experience. At the end of the day, AI allows us to scale, to do more of our work, to do more of our work. So those are my thoughts right now. That requires time. That requires, somebody to manage all these things. So probably somebody like Neil Patel has the capacity to do such a thing. It's most likely very, very successful. So I expect more and more. Now, if I were to get these, I'm already annoyed from 2 or 3 messages a year I get from, let's say, a company that I bought from, let's say, some shoes or some clothing, right? North Face. They had the data breach this year or last year also, for example. So, and sometimes they send text messages, so I get annoyed myself as a user, but probably that's the future, and we'll see. I personally would be a little bit more prudent when I would test something like this currently again. Maybe, things change so fast. Maybe in 6 months, I'm going to say, you know what? In the previous podcast, I said everything I said was wrong and all those things. That's always a possibility.
Yeah, I'm not sure that anyone can be wrong. I mean, like we can make some decisions according to environment, skills that we have, and I made a lot of mistakes, terrible mistakes. Yeah, I keep doing them because I don't
Same here.
know what I can use. It's like part of the process. I mean, like you can learn some generic information, but when you test, when you try, it can be different experience. And sometimes you need to improve it, to craft it. Not sometimes, always. Why sometimes? It's always. Always you need to improve what you can learn online.
Who, what, where, right? So some things work extremely well in North America, whereas, for example, in the US, WhatsApp is not as popular, contrary to the fact that in Europe, everyone uses WhatsApp, and sometimes they don't even text regular text messages or call regularly. They only use WhatsApp. In the US, for example, it's not that popular, right? So the platform, the environment to whom you're sending matters even more. And AI, LLMs right now can help you determine these things so that you
Yeah.
don't waste time and budget. At the end of the day, they all come at a cost, right?
Yeah, nice.
Because
Emmanuel, let's talk about meta tags. I have some different opinions about meta tags. Title is still important, very important. By the way, all my tool on youonmiss.com. So crafted from title. Basically, we had experience when we got great results. We double traffic from 100K to 200K in 1 month because we rewrote all meta tags. So we rewrote all meta tags in order to give a strong reason to click to this content. That was weight loss supplements. Great results, awesome results. I signed after that a good contract with this company because all competitors were like billion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar companies. But we signed this contract and we found the way how to market these products, how to bring results. We even grew results to 700,000 people. That was a long story, so we cooperated for a long time. But after that, I decided to create this tool. I decided to create that can measure meta tags because you can find something similar on SEMrush, Ahrefs, Serank, and many other tools. They don't care about this metric, just show short, long. But what I found, journalists usually pay a lot of attention to headings. Journalists, like you can write great article on New York Times, but if your heading is boring, not interested, people will not click and nobody knows if it's quality or not. Paid marketers, they pay a lot of attention to title because if people don't click their paid ads, Google will charge more, Facebook can charge more. So they have simple system. They estimate the quality of your ads, and if people don't click, that means okay, I can show other paid ads or pay more to bring me this money back. So, but in SEO, I don't see similar experience. Many SEOs just keep ignoring it. Sometimes it works. For example, I check out a few websites in online niche, online games niches. So basically, they usually write simple, very simple meta tags, and not all online games. That was card games for adults. I mean, like Solitor, anything like that. So basically, they have just very simple title description, like play online solitaire, nothing else, nothing special. So and I analyzed a bunch of websites, and I found it works for this target audience. People don't need some curiosity, encouragement to click to this content. For example, when I analyzed wise.com, I found they put a lot of keywords because when you promote market pages with calculators, for example, USD to euro or USD to rupee, like you need to write in different ways, USD to rupee or American dollars to Indian rupee. So they put like a lot of keywords in one title, and it works great for this target audience. So they don't need to give a strong reason. But in weight loss niche, we found it's important. I mean, like to give a strong reason, like you can lose 10 kilograms in 2 weeks. You can lose like 25 pounds for 10 days. I don't know if it's possible or not, but marketers can use this message.
Cut an arm altogether.
Yeah. So what do you think about meta tags today? How it's important in AI search?
I have a couple of ideas. I'm trying to figure out which one to start with. Okay. If you are to look for to play some game online, solitaire, probably you'll only need play solitaire online. You don't need a PhD thesis. If you are to look something for weight loss, you may or may not have an idea of what's going on. and you might also need some
of course.
education. I'm pregnant. Can I take these supplements or should I
Yeah.
take others? I have this allergy. I have this reaction, right? So it's a difference between lose weight with our products and let's say lose weight with our diabetes friendly, I know, safe
Yeah.
diabetes weight loss products. I'm just giving an extreme example, right?
Yeah.
So if I see that, and God forbid, but if I have I'm in this situation and I see that, I'm most likely to click on that because they mention that differentiator that's maybe life and death for me. This is kind of like an extreme example, but I just want to prove a point. Back to the comment that I made about the page experience and page speed, as well as the meta description, the titles, and all those things. These tools, SEMrush didn't do necessarily a good job also in not, well, they did a good job in scaring many people, right? Because you get a big red flag alert. Your meta description is longer than 160 characters, right? And you see red and you see it with alert and you see it, or you associate it inevitably with something like that. Many business owners and clients also kind of like got a sense of that, or at least they got different audits from other people that try to sell SEO services and say, oh, you got so many errors on your site because your page speed is critical, because you're missing all meta description, because your title is longer, and all those things. So that's one part. That's why the expertise needs to be there, and you can't simply and blindly just go in and do some stuff. Now we know that headings, not so much meta description, but the content itself are signals to the crawlers, to Google, to ChatGPTs, to different LLMs, right? So I believe the SEO work in this paradigm is more important, and we should pay more attention than ever. When you were saying about rewriting the title tags for a company, that's probably a few years back. Now, everything is more competitive. There's more websites that kind of like figure that one out, right? And they have like good, or at least okay titles, okay meta description, okay hidden some sort of optimization on the page. But there's still many that don't get the basics altogether. I believe in paying attention to these things. I was just reading a couple of weeks back a study from Joy Hawkins from Sterling Sky, saying that
Yeah.
she rewrote with all caps all the titles, the SEO titles for local businesses, and she saw a slight increase in the Google business profiles
Okay.
just by
Nice.
rewriting with all caps. Okay, so all caps. It's very cheesy, but just we know there's a difference when you say best SEO extension than SEO extensions, right? When you want, I'm just giving you an example for you. Best
Yeah.
SEO extension, best plumber near me, best this and best that. Just by that, so we know because it appeals to the people, and we tend to automatically go to what what we associate as being of value. So if you see best, if we see as an example, right, something that's fit for me, so and that covers the basics. It's unlikely that you'll get good results without covering the basics, right? Have a good site, right, with no major errors, and not having your basic on page like a meta with like an SEO title, meta description, and the correct subheadings on the page. It's unlikely. Google, ChatGPT, or whatever, I don't think you'll be successful if you don't take care of these. And what I used to do back in my agency days, when I had more flexibility, was try to change stuff around always. A new year is always an opportunity to review your most trafficked pages, at least top 10, top 100, top 50 pages. See if there's an opportunity to rewrite some of the titles. Many people right now Black Friday or end of the year, so they go in and update the years, right, for 2024, 2025, 2026. That's an opportunity also to see what worked on other pages, what other people have put out there. You listen to a podcast, you read a survey or a study, so you might as well take a couple of minutes and try to tweak those things, see what the results are. That's part of the SEO work. So long answer. I think that's what you are expecting, a longer answer, but
Yeah.
they're as important as they have ever been, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think like yeah, I learned the study from Joy, and she
Yeah.
wrote even I learned a few other studies. For example, when I check out Amazon, I can see Amazon can break the rules, so they can write like 200 characters in title, 500 characters in description, and Amazon doesn't care that Google can cut some data.
But Google never said that there's a character limit, as far as I remember. As far as I know, that's something that Yoast, the SEO plugin, promoted, right? Keep it under. And it makes sense because you don't want to have like 500 characters, write a PhD thesis in your
Yeah,
title tag, and all those things. But there's not necessarily a specific limit. And right now, in the AI paradigm, whenever people might search for, and in the future, that might have changed. And there's a school of thought, and I agree to some extension that you can have great results with completely ignoring the meta description field,
mhm.
which can be true, but it's a good practice. Once you start ignoring one stuff, then you tend to ignore the other stuff as well. And we've seen at one point Google was showing the meta description in the search results, and at one point they started tweaking it, and then afterwards they started not showing it at all and show some different type of results, more dynamic. So essentially we don't know if they decide to come back and just simply show the meta description. No, maybe all this AI, they're going to figure out, you know what, 10 years ago the search was better and we want
Yeah.
a simple search results with meta description shown in the SERP, then might as well do it now.
Yeah. So basically, what I can say for the audience who can listen to this podcast, each case is different. Each case is different. I mean, like if Amazon can break the rules, you can also try to break these rules. But I think Amazon can explain better to search engines with long meta tags that about the user intent.
Yeah.
Probably I can suggest like that because Google can cut this data. What is the reason to write longer if Google can cut? Because it explains about user intent. Google can learn much better about the intent. So I think about that. Emanuel, I have my final question, very important question for my audience. Let's bring more value to them about the future. So I I'm terrible forecaster. I'm terrible. I failed with American president with Bitcoin price. I mean, now, many things. I remember when one of my friends came to me like 10 years ago and asked, "Can you buy 1,000 bitcoins? You know, it costs nothing. It will be future of the money." I replied, "No. Why do I need to buy this? I don't know what is it. I even don't understand what is it." He asked, "Okay, buy just 100 bitcoins. If you don't want 1,000, you know, it can grow fast significantly." I denied. I denied all this request, and I can say that forecast is not my strong side. But I usually, from my experience, try to become on the second stage. Second stage, that means I don't know what happens. Everything what happens for me, it's surprise. But I'm trying to move fast. I'm trying to adapt, to learn new things, to change something in my strategies. I never break anything. I think it's stupid. I mean, like to change everything, but you need to adapt and think how you can adapt to your workflow, to your results. So, from your experience, tell what kind of future you can forecast in 5-10 years. We probably we can get like virtual reality, I don't know, anything like that. So your prediction about the future.
Yeah. So my crystal ball is in service right now. Side note, although it has gained significant value, there's still not a bad time to buy Bitcoin. I wouldn't recommend, and this is no financial advice or anything like that, but you don't need to buy one Bitcoin. And I believe there's room for growth, even if it's grown so much exponentially in 10 years, right? It has changed lives. For the SEO and digital marketing industry, and for life in general, there's this thing called, and I think I mentioned in one of your podcasts, Shoshin mentality. It comes from Japanese Zen. It's the beginner's mindset. So whenever you approach a task or a project with the beginner's mindset, you might see you're more likely to deliver and do a good result and not oversee something that might be easily missed, right? We've done thousands of SEO audits. If I look at the next audit being like, oh man, another SEO audit, the last thing I want to do right now, then I might be able to miss some things, even something basic like the form not working, or the telephone number listed is null or wrong telephone number altogether, right? Sometimes you have this, you do everything right, everything is good, you're ranking, all those things, but there's a small thing, basic stuff that's not taken care of. So I would say to approach everything with the beginner's mindset. Okay, what is it? What is this about? How can I do that? What's out there? That's one thing. The second, get your fundamentals right. And I'm insisting on this. Even myself, I'm not a developer, yet I have instructed many experts on how to make a custom integration, for example, right? You have a CMS that needs to integrate with a CRM. We have a HubSpot with I don't know, Shopify or something like that. Some basic elements that are required, right? Or Meta to work with some other tools, even though you have connectors like Zapier, N8N, or Make.com. With all those things, you still need to understand the fundamentals and the basics in order to be able to provide that great results. And unfortunately, not even some of the experts out there don't get these things right, and they create a terrible experience altogether, painful, and what should take, let's say, a couple of hours of work ends up taking months and costs an arm and a leg, essentially. So getting the fundamentals right is important for us SEOs. I believe HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this is important. And have an open mind. Tap into all the resources that you can. Follow Anatoly, because even yesterday, although I was busy, I stopped for a couple of minutes to listen to one of his live podcasts as well. So make sure wherever you're watching, follow us, like, and subscribe, because he always brings value. He's mentioning that I bring value. No, Anatoly brings value, because Anatoly does this almost. Do you do it on a daily basis? And I believe sometimes even twice a day, right? So all of your guests have amazing information to share. So follow Anatoly to be on top of things, and leave some room for experiments. Always experiment. We know from the nature that whatever is not any system that's not exploring, doesn't give a percentage of their capacity to R&D, research and development, right? Even bees, right? If they don't send to explore new grounds, to explore different potential sources, those colonies tend to, disappear in time. So we need to experiment. That's what I've been doing. 20%, up to 20%, right? Even if it's ads, right? You're spending, let's say, $1,000 a month on a service in one location, right? Even 20% of that, or even 10%, you can try to put it towards something else, right? Or even the type of content that you can create. 20% you can experiment, see, okay, I'm doing this long form. Maybe, how would short form perform, right? I'm an SEO. I'm want to get business from the search engines, let's say Google. Well, we have seen for the past years that in Google, we don't just see the websites. We see YouTube results, we see Reddit results, we see LinkedIn polls, blog results as well. Not so many for the past couple of months, but they're still there. In AI, I'm trying to do all kinds of experiments, and in Google AI mode, and then I try to replicate it in Gemini and kind of like got to the same result, but in a different route. I got a listing from Tumblr. If you remember what Tumblr is, was a social platform that turned into something else altogether right now, but it's still there. It still has some history. It still has some authority. So if you're able to kind of like consider all these things, this wouldn't have been brought to my attention unless I was experimenting. So have an open mind, approach everything with a Shoshin mentality, with the beginner's mindset. Get your fundamentals right. And I'm pretty sure that there's many talented SEOs out there, but there's still room to understand and to learn, the coding part, and give some room for experimentation, and stay on top of your game by following Anatoly and no one else.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So, Emmanuel, I follow you. I recommend to anyone to follow you as well.
Appreciate
To
it.
learn. I know you started your podcast, so basically, yeah. Please send me the link. I will share with my audience. So,
How about
yeah.
marketing.com? And you'll be a guest at one point soon. Don't
Oh,
worry.
thank you.
I do webinars, so I'm a podcast is in the works for 2026. I'm just putting this out there so that you can keep me accountable. Hey, when did you start your podcast? But webinars where I bring experts, first of all, that I want to learn from. So
Mhm.
I did this out of my own need. I want to bring somebody that can present something that my audience that consists of marketers can learn something, and you have some things to share as well. So you'll be a guest, a premiere right now here at your show in 2026 and beyond.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Emmanuel. Yeah, big pleasure. So, of course, I will speak on your podcast to bring more value. For me, I don't care about useless stuff. I just want to bring value and to be myself. I always play myself. I can't play anybody else. That's
That's
why.
why it'll be hard to have an AI replica.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably we'll see you in the future. Like when I invite you, like 50 times, you can tell, my AI avatar will join instead of me, but don't care. Value is the same, emotions the same. You'll see. I don't know.
Out of all the tasks that I would automate with that, and I would embrace it with two hands, my avatar, probably one of the
Yeah, why not?
last things that I will do myself is to join these kinds of activities, because before everything else, I enjoy it, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to speak again.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, according to data, 46% of people follow at least one AI influencer. So sometimes we don't know that content was created by AI. For example, I can watch some videos on YouTube, faceless videos, and they are great. Value, I love it. So I listen a few podcasts, 100% AI created, but I don't think that AI created should confuse people. All this content were driven by humans. So humans can set up AI to create some content that people want to consume. So for me, I don't care. It's AI or human. For me, I care about value, but about connections, of course, I want to connect with humans and not with avatars today. Yeah.
Definitely. But well, AI has still hallucinates a lot, and it can produce the content that's not real. And unfortunately, people many take this for granted as good, and it will send you on the wrong track. Even something basic like getting an ear wrong, or many people automate and try to generate schema with business schema with ChatGPT, and does a pretty good job. But I found that they use sometimes old phone numbers or the wrong address, and this type of things translates to the other type of information as well. So I'm a little bit more prudent, coming from somebody who will is AI all in. Again, I'm paying for Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude,
Yeah.
what else? CapCut, and
Yeah.
probably two or three
A lot of
subscriptions
tools.
that
A lot of
I
tools.
don't use um,
Yeah.
as much, but I'm still paying for them. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, nice. Thank you a lot,
My pleasure.
Emmanuel. It's always a big pleasure to speak with you. I love this experience. It's always fun. So welcome back anytime to share more valuable bombs, guys. You can find the link to Emmanuel LinkedIn account in the description below. I will share the link to his podcast. So please listen to him, learn from him, because you can see our industry is growing fast. Many things are changing. When you get this information, fresh information, you can adapt faster, because it's not like 10 or 10 years ago or 5 years ago when things change, but not like today. Like today, it's dramatically different. So we need to adapt, just learn from the best to become the best. Okay, guys, love you. See you.
Bye.